I work for the Superior Police Department in Superior, Wisconsin. I work for the Lakeview Medical Center ambulance crew in Rice Lake, Wisconsin. And I teach as an adjunct professor for the paramedic program at WITC, both in Rice Lake and in Superior.
I am a EMT intermediate with Rice Lake's Lakeview Medical Center. We did 20 inches of snow that day, and I had picked my daughter up because she was tired of being stuck at home from school being canceled. And we headed down to one of my coworkers and friends' house to plow him out.
When we were finished at Marc's house, we went inside to get paid. He offered us some hot cocoa and vanilla wafers, and we sat down and had a very nice conversation.
So afterwards, my daughter and I headed back toward Rice Lake.
It wasn't 5 minutes after he left that he called me right back on the phone.
And we saw what looked like a car go into the ditch.
As we got closer, the car burst into flames. And as we got closer yet, we noticed that there was two vehicles. It was a head-on accident. I stopped far enough back so my vehicle wouldn't be involved in an explosion. Told my daughter to stay there. Flipped open my phone in the truck and hit the first number that was on there.
And he said, "Mark, you need to come down to Creamery Road," which is just down the street from the house that I was at.
My dad called Marc and then called 911 for help to be sent. He parked far away so that if the flaming car blew up, I wouldn't get hurt, yet close enough that I could see almost everything.
And as soon as I pulled up, I could see Todd's truck blocking the middle of the road, and I could see two vehicles. There was actually a van in the one ditch and a car in the other ditch, and there was a woman that Todd was telling me was still inside the vehicle that was burning.
And while I was talking with the dispatcher, I reached in, put my hand on the girl in the car, and expecting to find her expired, and she moaned.
I went to the other vehicle first, the van, and checked on the driver. It was a younger male who was out. He was able to answer my questions appropriately. I knew he was injured, but he didn't appear to have any immediate life threats. So I told him to stay down on the ground and keep talking to me so that I could keep monitoring his condition when I went over to help to Todd.
I checked to see if I could get the door open. I couldn't. I ducked my head inside to see if I was able to take her out, and I could see by how far the dash was pushed back onto the seat that she was trapped.
My dad thought fast and started shoveling snow on her with his bare hands.
Car on fire, all my training tells me that I probably should have been more concerned about my own safety, but I just couldn't leave her.
About 10 minutes later, 3 cop cars showed up. The man in the van was now out and walking. He had some non-life-threatening injuries and some facial lacerations. He went in the first ambulance to the hospital because the girl in the other car was still trapped in the flaming car. Eventually, 12 cops, 2 fire trucks, and 2 ambulances came throughout the whole hour that this was going on. With the help of the jaws of life, they got the girl out and in an ambulance. I later learned the woman died 24 hours later because of loss of blood and trauma to her body. But her family got to say goodbye to her, and most importantly, her family got to have one last day with her. She had a full life ahead of her. She was only 24, but at least she didn't die in a burning car alone and went with peace in a hospital with her family there.
I feel very honored to be chosen for this, but I wouldn't seek the honor.
I'm honored that the Red Cross nominated and selected Todd and I for recognition on behalf of all first responders everywhere who do this every day. And for that, then I am the face today of those people, but I accept it on behalf of everyone who does this.